Hello. Okay, we are back for video number 4. You guys are doing so well sending me emails and correcting my sentences, although there was not one person who had all of the sentences correct. And there were only four sentences, and none of you had them all correct, but you did pretty well, and the effort is the most important thing. Yes? Okay. So let's talk about all the sentences from last week and see how we can improve our English. So, number 1, I have been helping my mother with homeworks. Some of you made me laugh because you said, what? How can you help your mom with her homework, right? Since when can a kid help a mom with her homework? Which, yes, is very true. Normally it's children and students who have homework and not moms. But the people who understood the mistake like this corrected the sentence by saying, my mother has been helping me with my homework, right? So that's correct. But I chose to include this sentence to talk about both vocabulary and grammar. So first, I want to highlight the difference between housework or chores and homework, right? Housework or chores are things that you do around the house, right? Work that you do around the house, so housework. So some examples are doing the dishes, doing the laundry, folding the clothes, putting away the clothes, sweeping the floor, washing the floor, changing the sheets, making the bed, cleaning the bathroom, watering the plants, organizing the shelves. Have you been doing these things? Maybe, possibly. Okay, and then homework is work from school that you do at home. So I think that you are all very familiar with homework, right? You know what this is. Okay, also I wanted to talk about how homework is always singular. You can't say, I have so many homeworks. No, no, no. You would say, I have so much homework. Why? Because homework is uncountable. Yes, I know that may seem strange. You can have countable number of activities of homework, like 2 activities, 3 activities of homework, but homework itself is uncountable. This happens with many common words in English, like money, time, cake, for example. So you can say, well, cake actually can be countable or uncountable. So you can say, can I have some cake? And that's uncountable. Or my father made 3 cakes yesterday. So that is countable. You can count the number of cakes, but some cake is uncountable. Or how much money does it cost? This is uncountable. Or you could say, how many euros do you need? And this is countable. How many euros do you need? How much time do you have? Uncountable. Or how many hours, countable, does it take to travel from Barcelona to Madrid? Okay. Did you notice that we use much to talk about uncountable things and many to talk about countable things? Okay, good. Let's have a look at the next sentences. Number 2, I found any mistakes in your phrases. The problem here is with any. What's the difference between some and any? Some is for affirmative and positive sentences, and any is for negatives and questions. So I found some mistakes in your phrases is affirmative. I didn't find any mistakes in your phrases, negative. Or did you find any mistakes in my phrases? Question. There is an exception to the rule, and maybe you noticed when I was talking about cake. I said, can I have some cake, please? Or would you like some cake? Some can also be used in questions if you are offering or suggesting something to someone, or asking or requesting something if you think that the answer will probably be yes. So if I say, can I have some water, please? And you say, oh yes, of course you can have some water. Or would you like some tea? Yes. A little bit of tea. Okay. Let's look at the next sentence. So this is just an easy vocabulary problem, and many students had the same mistake. I don't know why. So this sentence does not have any lack. I understand where the mistake comes from because in Spanish you use the same word to say mistake or lack. So if you want to say mistake or lack in Spanish, you would say falta, right? But in English, we have two different words. So let's look at the definition of lack. So lack is the state of being without or not having enough of something. So deficiency, right? So an example could be, in summer, there could be a drought, which is when you have a lack of water. Or due to the lack of entertainment, the children are very bored. Or the lack of knowledge causes confusion. And then the definition of mistake is something that is wrong, an error, something that is incorrect. Okay? And our last sentence. Some of you realized that this was an example of the common mistake I was speaking about in video number 3. So, we haven't any complaints. There are two options, remember? We have the American English or the British English. So in the British English, you would say, we haven't got any complaints. In the American English, you would say, we don't have any complaints, which is the same as saying we do not have any complaints, because don't is the same as do not. It's just a contraction. And haven't is the same as have not. So, does anyone know the meaning of complaints? If you know the translation, tell me in your next email. Okay, and now I'm going to leave you with only 3 little sentences that I want you to correct, and we will talk about them in our next video. And thank you so much for writing to me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, week, month, I don't know. Okay, so here are your sentences. Ciao!